All right, everybody, happy Friday. It is 2:30, second video of the week. This is going to be relatively quick. Just going to run through this to set everybody up for next week. I got a bunch of texts today, and I really couldn't get around to everything. It is a long weekend. The market is closed Monday for Memorial Day, so let's set ourselves up. A lot of action this week that we discussed. Earnings season is coming to an end, so no earnings season basically after today. That was like the last day. First and foremost, Kevin Warsh got sworn in today as the Fed chair. So he's effective. He made his statements during being sworn in, and I thought they were pretty good statements. Actually, I think he has a good grip on the tough task ahead. The toughest task is going to be this right here, the 10-year Treasury. To me, that's what moves everything. And these elevations in Treasury is probably the most concerning thing for an overall economic standpoint for what affects us common people on a day-to-day basis, from borrowing to overall correlation with Fed buying, quantitative easing, quantitative tapering. There's a multitude of things that are affected with this. And I think the majority of America would love to see this 10-year come down so mortgage rates become more favorable. Okay. Got that out of the way. Let's jump into it. The NASDAQ, the market is up today. As you can see from the backdrop, we're going to start off with the NASDAQ. It's been a great week so far trading. So made a video earlier this week. We had a 3-day pullback. Everybody acted like the world was coming to an end. Didn't really understand that. We've had this move, and then we had 3 days and everybody was losing their shit. This is the way markets work. Stocks don't go up every day. They don't go up every moment. There's digestion. There's consolidation. There's a multitude of things that go into it. So this was healthy. I would have even preferred a little bit more of a pullback. It would have been nice to get 5 days, 6 days of a little bit of sideways action. We did not get that. And we're messing around with all-time highs today. We're not quite there. Anyways, the market is, you saw, I will say that the days that the market was down, the volume was a little higher, which is a little weird. Usually you want to see drying up volume. I didn't see that, so just pointing that out. Bitcoin, I'm not going to really go through this. It's at 76,000. I'm not going to go through the technicals. I'll go through gold. Gold is down again today real quick. This pattern doesn't look bad, though, just to be completely honest. Yeah, down sloping moving averages, but I mean, everything I think is coming and correlating with the 200, so not too worried. Just pointing that out just for overall knowledge. I think more importantly, what we care about is oil. Oil was down earlier. It's up a quarter of a basis point basically. And for the record, I am still short oil. Oil, the names that I'm short, USO and UCO are down today. Had a good move down yesterday, so that was great. Good to see it down 1%. I personally think this conflict in Iran is going to get resolved sooner rather than later. I know some people are on the other side of the spectrum, and they're doomsday guys and saying that they think that we're going to bomb Iran again, blah, blah, blah. And listen, it very well could happen. I'm betting on the probabilities. And when oil elevated this high, I don't mind shorting it and waiting a couple weeks for me to get the desired result that I'm looking for. So I'm still short oil. I did not cover anything here yesterday, even though it was down 10%. I did not cover. I'm still waiting for my downward move, which I do think I happen to be in the camp of saying that I think Iran dispute I think it gets resolved. I think with these elevated treasuries, I think it's just going to get resolved because we can't keep going this way. And I think it's going to get resolved. I'm not going to get into the political backdrop as to why I think it's going to get resolved. I just think it's going to get resolved. All right, that gives us everything of what we got. Now let's go into the stocks we had this week, what's working, what's not working, what we got next week. Let's start off with Dell. So fantastic move today. For those of you that have been in the stock with me, congratulations. You got the meat of this. It's been a good trade. I took some off the table here. I bought some back here, got this. It worked out. I'm up. Admittedly, I'll definitely take a little piece off today, 17% move. You should definitely take a little piece off the table. Doesn't mean I don't think Dell's going higher, but on a day like today, when a stock is up almost 18%, you should definitely take some profits off the table. And if you're not, you do you. I'm only telling you what I'm doing. I'm definitely taking a little bit off, maybe 10%. So Dell, great move. This was textbook. If you really look here, volume dried out, cut below, and it ran. Great move. Dell, I'm still long and strong. Dell, I'm basically going to cut the shares that I bought earlier this week. Okay, so that takes care of Dell. Going down the list, or rather up the list, I bought Intel. I think I bought Intel yesterday. Basically flat on the trade, but I'm in Intel now, and I like Intel as a trade. I actually think that Intel is going to be a benefactor of different regulations from the administration. And obviously the United States owns Intel, a percentage of it. Trump reported earlier this week that he wished he would have bought more, meaning the United States of America, not him personally, because he is trading up a storm, but the United States would have bought more. I think this chart looks phenomenal. I think we're going to hit all-time highs next week. Yeah, so I own Intel. I just bought it yesterday. I'm up 1%. Whoop-de-doo. All right, what else we got here? Okay, Boeing, I'm still in Boeing and I'm down like 7% or 6%, doing nothing. I reset my stop earlier this week. I bought shares, reset the stop. It hasn't done a damn thing. I'm not losing patience because it's not, as long as it doesn't undercut, that's basically where my stop is. I think my stop is 212. My stop is either 210 or 212. As long as it doesn't undercut this and make a lower low, I'm just going to ride this out. I think patience is going to pay here. So Boeing, this is not financial advice, but rather for educational purposes. I think Boeing is actionable. I know some of you are a little exhausted and patient because it's been a whole week and a half and the stock hasn't moved up for you yet. They take a little bit of time. I think it's going to move up. It's hard to deny the type of business structure they have in a very conducive climate that's coming up for them. And with all the purchases, just going to say that. So I'm still long them. Lumentum, this has also been very good to us. We've traded around a core position here. Had a great move yesterday. I'm up on this again. I've been selling these rips, buying these dips. I did not admittedly sell anything yesterday because I think it has more action in it. I think this is an actionable item. You do you, find out your risk tolerance, but I'm still long that name. Rocket Lab. So Rocket Lab, I trimmed on Wednesday. A percentage went down yesterday. I did not buy any yesterday. I'm not that smart. Trimmed a little bit, and I've been trimming a little bit on the way up. So I have about 70% of my original position that was bought back here. 70%. No intentions to buy, no intentions to sell anything, only unless if I have a big move like this, I'll take another 5 or 10% off. I do think this is actionable, and I've been on record. I think this is an easily 150 stock and probably more likely like $200 within the next couple of weeks. Just saying, so that's that. However, if we get a move like this on Tuesday, this type of bar with this volume, yeah, I'll sell 5 or 10%. Pigs get slaughtered. Primoris, I mentioned I got into calls, long-dated calls out till November. I got into calls, and they finally went green today. I was down on them. They are back to the green, so I'm in 120 November. I think it's like November 20th calls. I think it was November 20th option calls. Primoris, I'm trying to get a recovery in this area. 130, 140 would be fantastic. Overhead supply here could hurt us, but I think if you get above this bar, you're definitely trimming some of that. So Primoris, doing its thing and really moving along nicely. Oh, I got bodied on Intuit. Let me go into what I did. So I took a couple option calls with like a 4 something strike price on earnings on Wednesday. Loser, lost all the money on those. Those were, I mentioned it on my video. That was a play I was willing to make and willing to lose. It was just some option calls, benefactor of some good plays. So I had some options, some money to play with on that. Didn't work, lost. And that's the way it goes sometimes. Terrible move on earnings, very high volume on that drop, very concerning. I own this in my IRA. I have not bought anything, but concerning nonetheless. Their earnings were not what I would have hoped. And I do think AI is eating their lunch. And I will have to reassess that in my IRA. A little bit different when it's in my IRA. It's more passively managed. I don't make knee-jerk reactions. I'm probably going to wait a couple weeks, see how the stock moves, and really try to see if, really for me, is institutional ownership, if it moves up or down on the next disclosure. Look, for the record, I think Intuit's a great company, huge company. The problem is with AI, it's really starting to eat into them. Yeah, I'm really going to assess this. You know, you see that Jefferies cut their price target to 550. I mean, that's $230 more than where it's at, and still reiterated a buy. That was yesterday. So I don't know, not making a knee-jerk reaction, just pointing that out for everybody. So Intuit. All right, Micron, this is a buy for me again. As I mentioned, I was trimming. I bought back more shares yesterday, so I I'm not at a full position for what I consider a full position, but I did buy back some shares. This is looking good. They guided forward on their symposium or their conference rather yesterday. And I don't know, I think once it gets past 800 as a point of resistance, it's off to 1,000. I really believe that. And I have more and more conviction the more and more research I do. But just like anything, I started to see a move here. I started to trim. I moved my stop up. I got stopped out of like 40% here. Then I didn't have to go through this and this and this. Then I bought back here, but basically at where I sold. So it was like insurance. You know, some will ask me, well, why do you're buying it back where you sold it? Yeah, but that's okay because I don't know where it's going to go after that. It's insurance. So I bought it back at what I sold it at. I mean, big whoop-de-doo. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Anyway, so that's that. SanDisk is down. SanDisk usually trades within a $100 range. That's the cadence every day. But regardless, I think this is going higher. I don't own it for the moment. I don't own it. I don't intend to buy it right now, but it's always going to be on my watch list because it's one of the hottest sectors around memory. And there's a very good chance that I look at it next week. CERS, I still hold little name. It's kind of doing its thing, trickling around. This is a really nice pattern. Flat on the day, still own it, haven't sold it, haven't bought anymore. IMNM is down today 5%, but you know what? The last 2 days, it really ticked back up, and I kind of saw some correlation with volume and some other indicators. Still love this. I think they got insider buying. Yeah, he bought. Not that there was much of anything. But anyways, so you see it's a short squeeze node, blah, 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 blah. There is a lot of short interest in this. I think once it gets past 24, if you want to go trigger point 24.88, but you know, this is one of my plays for 2026, and I really like this stock. So I'm really hoping that this could get above there, but I'm still long that. I am green. I'm still positive on this. Anyways, I think they're going to get bought out. So I'm waiting for that. AMD back. I mean, let me tell you, the strength of AMD is ridiculous. Like, I had to buy shares back yesterday because it just will not back down. So I bought more shares yesterday. I'm at 75% of my original position, and I'm going to ride that out and making an all-time high today. AMD. This is actionable, by the way. I mean, this is over a trigger point. If you're somebody that's not in it, an argument can be made that you can buy it here. I'm not advocating for that because I would have advocated for you to buy it when we bought it. But if you don't own this, this is okay. Okay. So what did I buy? I talked about I bought Intel. Oh, okay. So I got back into Penguin. I got stopped out. This is the way it goes sometimes. So I got stopped out earlier the week. I lost 7 or 8%. I got back in yesterday. I'm up like 15% now. Whoop-de-doo. I think a lot of this is people are becoming exhausted with SanDisk, and they're moving into things like Penguin. Penguin also serves in the memory space. Penguin up 10%. I actually texted a bunch of people when I bought it yesterday. If you bought it with me, great. If you didn't, I actually have a friend that I know that bought 50 strike price calls, and I saw his screenshot. He's up absurdly today. So congratulations. You know who you are. I'm glad it worked out for you. So then Penguin. So 2 things on my watch list, and I have not bought, is Iron. We've played this. I own this. I bought back in my IRA on somewhere in April. I don't remember. I bought it in my IRA, a small amount, but this is in my watch list, and this is an action item for Tuesday. As much as I think they're overvalued, the chart looks fantastic. Their correlation in NVIDIA, you could see the headline, is just pretty good. So to buy this today, I don't think I will. Well, I'm certain I'm not buying it today. I'm going to look for it to get above the top of that wick, so I'll look for that next week, but that's a watch list item. I missed this, and I had intentions to buy it. I wanted to buy it yesterday when it broke above the pivot, and I did not, and now it's up 11%. This is breaking out today. Another argument could be made to buy this. I am not in this. I'm not buying it today. I'm going to wait till probably Tuesday or Wednesday, but I definitely need to. Yeah, sucks, as I wanted to buy this yesterday. You can't kiss all the babies, as they say, or maybe they don't say that. I don't know. So anyways, that's all I got for today. 16 minutes going into the weekend, trying to keep it short but sweet. We have good positions. If you're in Dell with me, trim a little bit. I mean, you don't have to. It could be going higher, but damn, man. 17% up. Penguin, great for those of you that got in. Awesome move. You don't have to sell it. You don't have to sell Penguin today. Let it keep riding. And I gave you the names that I got back into and what you can look at. And I think that's it for, TGTX. I'll just point it out. I'm still in it. I'm just in shares, not in calls anymore. This pattern is a high tide flag, or at least I think it's going to form a high tide flag. So anyways, just pointing it out. Look for some support here at the 21. If you're looking to buy it, you would wait for the top of that wick. 40.55 is your trigger point. All right, let's see if the war gets resolved over the weekend and if there's some talks about peace, expect oil to flop big time. If that doesn't happen, I would expect oil to go back up. I think the market is going to keep going up inevitably for the next couple. I'm just going to point it out. I know I always say I'm done. I know this seems like we're extended, and yes, we are because of how high we are. But if you look through precedent, rallies last 25, 30 weeks sometimes. We're still brand new in this. So I think the rally continues. I really do. I think you're going to have periods of 3 days going down and everybody's going to shit the bed, but it's not over. All right, that's it for me. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Happy Memorial Day and enjoy. Make some money. Take it easy.